Let's chat a bit while I wait for the glue to dry. Something I'm curious about is the composition of this page or this screen. I don't know if this is working or not, but this is what we have today. Oh my goodness, I just got distracted. I looked outside and the sun is finally shining. It looks amazing. Would you like to see? It's usually a bad idea to share your location on the internet, but I'm moving. You're not gonna find me. So by all means, don't come looking for me. But this is also a little bit of a memory for myself, just to be able to look back on this period in my life with amazement. Okay, trying to see beyond. How do I do that? Is it gonna let me do this? Let's see. Oh, that is so cool. I'm looking at is this white rooftop, but I can't quite see it. Anyway, this is my planner. Oh, by the way, how are you? Hello, good day. I was gonna say good week in Greek. Wait, Kalos Imana? I need to know this. Do I need to know this? I have forgotten. I will get back to you on this one. I haven't said good week to someone in quite some time, but I will get back to you on that. Today's Monday, which is the beginning of the week, and it's customary to wish someone a good week at the beginning of a week, and that is today. So I wish you a lovely week. I hope there's plenty of sunshine and laughter and dreams, lovely, pleasant dreams. On that note, this is my planner. I feel like that's fitting, when we're thinking about dreams and what we'd like for ourselves and how we want to go about it. And the title, what does this mean to you? When you see this, also, can we just, and can you see this? This texture? Hold on, I'm going to see if I can increase the contrast a bit, if maybe that will help. Oh, I guess I can't do that while I'm recording. I'm going to test something. Can I manually focus and pick up the details? I don't think so. Is it working? No, we got to go farther away. All right, I give up. What I want to focus on at the moment is this texture. I just really love this. I'm not able to pick it up as well as I'd like to. I think I need to increase the contrast or something. One day I might figure that out. But if you are enjoying this as much as I am, look at that. Okay. But again, what does this mean to you? 100 days. Have you heard of, there's this journaling practice or even visualization, if that's your thing, or a combination of both. But it's this practice where you imagine yourself, or you pretend that it's 100 days into the future and you are writing a letter to a dear friend. Honestly, it could be anyone. It could be yourself. It could be the spirits, God, whomever. You're pretending that you're 100 days into the future and you're writing a letter to a dear friend, and you were telling them everything that happened over the 100 days, all of the wonderful experiences you had, decisions you made, just interesting details that are worth noting, places you went, people you saw, things you did, goals achieved, self-care habits that worked out for you, just things worth noting. And as you write this letter, you're going to write it as though it's already happened. So you're basically recapping to a friend, like, oh, hey, this is what happened. Like, oh my God, it's so amazing. So anyway, I started this some days ago, less than 100 days ago. On June 2nd, it will actually be 100 days. And I really love this exercise. I put it inside of a journal, and then I had put this on a blank notebook, and then turned it into a planner. So this is now being used as a planner, and I really love that. So I put this here as a reminder. So the other tidbit with this practice is you are to read the letter to yourself every morning, preferably out loud, as a reminder of priorities and just the direction you're headed. Where would you like to be? Where would you like to go? Or rather, just reminding yourself where you have been, what you've done. And it's just really cool what happens along the way. And so I have been enjoying this. I've done it before. I've done different variations of activities that have a similar vein. And this just happens to be what I'm doing at the moment. And I am loving it. So that's why I put 100 days on the cover of my planner. And this is actually a prototype for a new planner that I'm making. I found, do I have that here? It's somewhere. Anyway, it's okay. I actually forgot about this layout, and then I found a previous one I made, a previous prototype, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot about this. I love this. And at the time I made it and I said, you know what? I need to do this, but we're not focusing on this right now. So I saved it, and then I found it, and it reminded me how much I loved it and wanted to do it again. And so we're finally recreating it. And this one's a little sloppy, but it's a prototype. We're playing with it, we're using it and seeing how it works, what we like, what we want to change. And so inside, I have this origami page. And when it's flat, at the moment it's wrinkled because of how I glued it in here. But when it's perfectly flat, it looks and feels incredible. So when I find the other one, I mean, I didn't look for it, but when I come across the other one, at some point I'll show you the difference. Or when I make the final version, I'll show you the difference. So anyway, let's start over. So let's do a little flip through. I'm not sure about this angle. You'll have to let me know if you want what you think of this angle. I'm still trying to figure out composition and angles. I don't have a setup to, actually, I might be able to do some kind of setup. I'm looking at my tripod, and it doesn't immediately have the setup where you can do a top-down view. And I don't have some sort of rig for it, and I don't want to accidentally break my lens. So I don't know, I'm kind of enjoying this setup. I haven't figured out composition, you know, and I don't want to. We're just gonna go with it. It's not that big a deal. Anyway, this is our cover. This was a mistake that happened that I appreciate at the moment because I love the color. So we're gonna keep it and maybe use it in some way. This is the inside, the first page. I made a little pocket folder here because this is my son, and I just have a little section where these are things that I need to take care of for him. And so he has his own little section, his own pocket. So eventually we will come back to that. And then I have this inside spread, this accordion page, which I can use it with this orientation, or I can flip it and use this orientation, which is great. I like that. It really helps with mind mapping or just tracking ideas or compartmentalizing. So we'll see how I end up using that. And then we have this inner piece, this origami page that happens to be the calendar. And I like that it's only 1 month. I do have a spread where it has 2 months on here. I even have a 3-month spread, and because I wanted space, the 2 months are here, and then when you fold it, the 3rd month happens to be here. So I like that, but given the size of this, I think this is suitable for just being a 1 month thing, and it just holds the essentials. And then in the back, we've got a little pocket, and it comes with these, which is what I used to create this little pocket here. So you can place it wherever you want, just to kind of get you started. Anyway, so I'm going to use this over the month, and I'll share with you as I go how I end up using this and what spreads I create. But at the moment, I wanted to add these projects of mine that are the focus for this month. We have a cup of infinite possibilities, this planner, notebook, a keepsake card, which I don't think you've seen yet, and I am so excited about this one. I have a journal, and then also 2026 is my year of snail mail. And so I'm still thinking about, actually, I'm not really thinking. I want to tell you more about the snail mail. I guess it's going to be a subscription club where every month you're able to receive either a cup of infinite possibilities, a planner, a notebook, keepsake card, journal, or something else that I am working on at the time. And so I'm really excited about it. It's been really interesting trying to navigate how do I go about shipping and how much does it cost and what's the difference between here and there. And I'm here in Greece, so I personally have not discovered an easy way of like, oh, how do I find out the exact cost of this thing and that thing? So like I can just jump online. Can I just jump online? Someone tell me, because I've gone to the post office and I've heard a few different prices, and then I finally started getting, I guess, more consistent prices. Anyway, it's been very interesting navigating all of this and then figuring out, okay, well, what dimensions and size do I need, and how do I make sure that it actually gets delivered? And it's I don't know, I guess it's a little bit of an experiment. And then if I'm in the US, what's that going to be like? And then if I'm traveling elsewhere, what's that going to be like? So for now, at the moment, I'm here. And we're going to start it while I'm here and then continue it while I'm in the US. And we'll see where things go from there. So I will tell you more about that probably this week, because it's very much on my mind right now. Yeah, it's very much on my mind. But it's the start of the month. This is the planner. And yeah, I've been really excited to finally be able to use this. One of the things I'm changing with this, now that I think about it, is this. Am I going to do this today? I don't know, but this is the next. One of the things on my list of things to do is create the calendar. So this is not what the calendar is actually going to look like. This is just something that was already existing on my computer, and I just printed it just so I could see what it would look like for the prototype. And then, but what I'd like to do is make this blank so that way you can put in whatever date you want along with the numbers. And I think the size is decent. I don't really want to make it a full page spread. I think it's helpful having this padding on the side. So if you want to add little notes or whatever, you can do that. But yeah, as people start receiving these and using them, I'm curious and interested in feedback. Like, would you prefer that it is a full page and it's filling all of it and you don't have these margins here? I think having it also just makes it a little easier to write. And the other thing I really love about the size of this planner is it's thin, it's lightweight, it fits in the pocket. It's expandable, which is great. I also appreciate how there aren't a lot of pages. So as I'm writing, I don't really run into issues. Like if I'm using a small notebook, sometimes I run into this issue where as I'm writing, my hand is, it's just uncomfortable when I get to the edge. And if there's a bunch of pages that I have this, I got cut off in my last recording because I exceeded the limit. So I'm just going to continue here. But what I was saying is that if I have a small notebook and I'm writing on it and there's multiple pages, when I get to the edge, it's just really uncomfortable because I have this, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just really weird. And then because it's so small, I keep hitting it and it just makes writing uncomfortable and distracting. Whereas this, using it doesn't interrupt the flow of my thoughts or my movements or how I want to express myself. If anything, it just gives me more ways to express myself. So I really love this. I've been using it for years now in many different ways, and it's really suited me. So I think you're going to enjoy it too. And eventually I will tell you where you'll be able to find these. I mean, obviously you can find it through me, but where else in real life can you find it? My website will be ready soon, but if you're seeing this and you're like, oh my God, I want one of those now, then just message me or just wait. But I just wanted to share this with you because it's May, which, oh my God, I cannot believe it's May. This year is going by so fast. But the part I'm excited about is that I get to use this now because it's May and it's already in here. So yay.